the business, you catching fever. Getting serious like empty river. Ain't no stopping by the river. And as we coming, we sweeping, we cutting, we moving all the way. Yeah, yeah. We coming, yeah. We coming. As we coming, we sweeping, we coming. Anywhere we meet up, stick. We coming. Yeah, we coming, yeah. We coming. We coming. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I will not stay too long. I know tomorrow is Monday. I know some of you guys at work right now. So, and also, I try to help you to kill the time, especially when you're working in the night. But anyway, as usual, when I'm free, I come out. When I visit, I do what I'm supposed to do. But if I have the time, I will always come online and share some information with you guys. I know some people consider us to be nothing, but let me say this to you guys today that always remember the rejected stone is always the cornerstone. I want to say thank you very much for tuning in. When you get in, just click the video, like it. It's better for you to like it than to even share it. If you like it, that's it. If I get 10% watching me and I get 10% liking it, it's 100%. So the more they like it, other people will be encouraged and they will put it in a place where people will watch it. And guys, don't feel bad. I know you might be supporting Joseph Barker or you're supporting George Weah. We are all Liberians. We are all friends. Don't. It's nothing personal. It's politics. We must say the truth. And sometimes the truth sound like lies in other people's ears. Why it sound good in other people's ears. But you see, in politics, it's almost like, when you're working with a private entity, they try to get you to go at least 90%. Where I work, they grade our job every day. They get something called a PhD. They got the upstream, the downstreams, and whatsoever. They will tell you, say they want for your PhD to be at least 95%. That means every job that you handle, it should be perfect. At least 95%, you are okay. Anything below 95%, that's a problem. That means they will be on your back. And also the NPS where they call the customer and the customer will say, oh yeah, the tech was good, the tech was bad, and all the kind of things. So that's it's a different thing. But in government, in politics, it's not like that. The NIWA 50 plus one, 50% plus one vote, that's it, you win. And if you're working in government and your rating is up to 60%, you're perfect. So you can win a whole country. Imagine Ellen Johnson won the second election with the least vote ever in the history of Liberia, and she became president because the other people refused to vote. So I got 6 person watching me right now. Why should I have one person to like it? Why? It is impossible. You can't watch me and you don't like it. So, Rube Salif, thank you very much for liking it. But if I get 7%, and why are you wasting your time to look at me? Why will you waste your time to listen to me when you don't want to like it? That means it's like you embarrassing yourself. When I don't like something, I pass by it. I don't go in the shop and buy things and come and keep it. If I need it, I purchase it. So Okay, right now I got 5% I like it, so no problem. We're going up little by little. The other 10s, oh, wow, like 50-50. Wow, it's tough. So five against, five in favor. Okay, no, okay, I'm going up now. Six in favor. I'm just kidding, but just like it, it's a good thing to like the thing and share it also. If you can just share it on your page. Okay, now guys, let me go straight into what I got to tell you guys first. And I will be going to Washington D.C. on the 27th. God give me long life. I will be there on the 27th. It is not an ANC program. What you see, you will see some people who are not from ANC. You see people from UP, the genuine UP ones, the patriots. You will see people from CDC. Look, they got some people, not everybody the same. But yes, because it will be in connection with Mr. Cummings, I agree. But let us do this, let us say this. You see, injustice to one is injustice to all. That is the thing. Don't think that because it's not in your shoe, that means it will never happen. Gone are the days why like what for what reason or why Liberians should be afraid of the government. Gone are that days. When Samuel Doe, when they had the guns in their hand, then Charles Taylor came in. Listen, now no more guns. We must talk, we must dialogue, we're facing each other, we criticize. That's the best thing. If you don't criticize, you will not get it right. Just let it be constructive criticism. Now, the president will be giving his State of Union address tomorrow. There will be a protest in Liberia tomorrow. Today, anyways, it's in the morning. The people from Lufa County and the students and whatsoever, they're going to protest against the government. But let me give you the strange things that happen. Look, you won't believe it. There are things going on in Liberia that Liberians don't know. You know, now I'm trying to retrospect, I'm trying to go back to some of my old videos. I said it in my video. I said one of the problems we will face when Ellen Johnson leave office is the freedom of the press, and these guys will go after people. Don't you know? And I'm telling you now, the protest tomorrow, they will put it on Mr. Cummings. The protest tomorrow, listen to me, take it from me. Everything that's going to happen is Mr. Cummings the problem. They failed the MCC test, it's Mr. Cummings. If they don't get money, it's Mr. Cummings. They don't pay teachers, it's Mr. Cummings. Everything that's going on in Liberia today, every problem, the government is trying to switch it on Cummings. Yes. They even look, it's so shameful that the information are coming out of this government. The information are coming out of this government is so disgraceful. Don't you believe that some people within the government say, and the funny part, they argue among themselves. No, don't do this. We're going to put us in our problem. Don't do this. Oh, we can put this on Mr. Cummings. Oh, okay, anything that happen, and whether that criminal act or whatsoever, it's ANC people that are doing it. Guys, today is Mr. Cummings. They want to bring back the old days where politicians would not say anything. Where politicians, if Ellen Johnson was going to do this thing to politicians or do it to George Weah, what was going to happen in Liberia? Imagine Ellen never went extra mile with them. They protested over and how many and over 100 times. But today, it is truth. The liberators are always the suppressors. People who try to liberate are the ones who suppress the same people. The same thing CDC fought for, the same thing they argue about. That is what they're doing today. Now they're getting to the turning point, they're getting to the finish line. The reality is about to hit them, hit them in the face. Y'all saw what happened. Y'all listen, y'all watch video in Liberia, people. Y'all be honest, y'all watch it. These are people who voted for George Weah and now condemning President Weah. People calling on President Weah to leave. Nobody gave a damn. The government is not even concerned to protect the people. Yes, don't get me wrong. Where is the fire service truck? Every day, in fact, the last time the president said he met 10 fire trucks, now they got 7. Look, the president is not concerned about the Liberian people. All they know, they want to remain in power. They think that it is their right that they must serve 2 term because Ellen went 2 term. All they know it is their right. At the same time, we got people that we started this thing together. They are fighting. They're fighting. It is the right of everybody to please want to be. That's your right. What are you Zogo? What are you this, you that? It is your constitutional right. Until we can believe on ourselves and know that we want change, the change is with us. It's not with one person. It's never one. But yes, one person can start the struggle. It is not a must that Mr. Cummings be president, but because he believed that he can make a difference. He believed that Liberians are good people. And I believe it that Liberians are good people. It's just that we never had a leader to show us the way. We always got bad leaders. And when the leaders are bad, corruption will be over the country. They say, oh, Liberians do not pay taxes because the government accept it. Because the government is corrupt, so Liberians do not pay taxes. Today in church, I was talking to some of my friends. The guy said, listen, my man, I won't lie to you. I built my house, I think, 7 years ago. Not one day I paid tax. Nobody ever asked me. I said, yes, they will not ask you. They will not ask you because the government itself, they go after certain businesses to pay taxes. Liberians don't pay taxes. But I bet you, if Mr. Cummings president today and put things in order for us to pay tax, some people still be vexed. Even in this great United States, nobody want to pay tax. Nobody want to pay tax, but they want to see all the good things. Librarians don't want to pay taxes, but want to see rules. But the little one that they are paying, the little one people paying, the little one that foreigners are paying, few politicians, government officials using it. How can we get a whole budget and 60% of the budget is on salary? Tell me. They try to suppress people because somebody want to fight against the system. Take it from me. Tomorrow protests. They will get Cummings' name involved in it. Share the video. Take it from me. I'm saying it today. Maybe they want to change, but tomorrow protest. The people from Lofa County, the students, they are pissed off because up to now, Brandon Samuka have not taken a seat. These people are not being represented. Look, we must say all this about Brandon Samuka, whether he's corrupt, he this and that. But the law is the law. If they don't have no representation, what you expect them to do? But tomorrow protest, they will come out and you will see some stupid talk show hosts. They will be all over the internet say, oh, that Mr. Cummings is the one that's citing them. When y'all remember June 7th, they said Mr. Cummings is the one that gave him money. The other one come, they say Mr. Cummings did this. When Mr. Cummings went against this, the second protest, it was a problem again. Because Mr. Cummings, if you think Mr. Cummings is not a threat, he's a threat to that position, the presidency of Liberia. So reality is kicking in now. Share this video. Reality is kicking in. January 27th, we will be in Washington, D.C. Concern Liberians for the protection of democracy in Liberia. If you don't want to be part of it, you don't need to be part of it. But I would say this. Seditious went there before. Everybody went there before. It is our right to go there. We believe in Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam is the big brother around the world. We respect them. They respect us. We will complain and tell them this is what's going on in Liberia. It is our right to do that. We will tell them, if you don't want to go there, you can say whatsoever. We know that people are fighting us. We know people within the CPP are fighting. They want to see Mr. Cummings down because they believe they are corrupt. Yes. Listen, and let me say this. We're not going to insult nobody, but we're going to let the facts play. And you will be the judge. You will be the judge. We got politicians who pretend as if they're not corrupt, but they just relax and act quiet and give them. Look, Mr. Cummings, only asking you, asking us, give me the opportunity. This is not about age. This is not about who were there first. That's not government. That's how it run. Especially you that in America. When I hear some of you saying that, why Cummings should go to Liberia and see Joe Walker or see any other guy who been there long time in the struggle, they didn't get it. Oh, so you trying to tell me that Barack Obama, who were not in the government business, At the time he was doing, and Hillary and other people that so they supposed to get it before Barack Obama. No, no, it got nothing to do with that. It's the message. And this man continued to spread the message. This man continued to work for the Liberian people. But he can only do so much as an ordinary citizen. But my people, the power is in the executive. If President Weah is serious, he can turn things around. But his hands are tied now because he tied himself. He allowed them to tie the hand and tie the foot. So he cannot change it. Today, they're telling other sedition, oh guys, y'all got to make sure we win the next election. When we win the next election, now y'all on time, now y'all be the next group to come in. Liberians, Liberians. Real life, you sign a contract. You who love football and President, we are who play football. When you sign a contract with a professional team and they sign your first 2 years and you don't perform, do they extend your contract? They don't. They're done. Look at other countries around us. Let us start fooling ourselves. One Liberian can go, they get a lot of Liberians who got money, but because they don't want to do it, can build a stadium like that. One Liberian can put up a whole business park and for kids to go and play. Government put a park. And because of that, we should re-elect George Weah because of the park. While people lives are not moving, they're going backward. People die, no health care, no leadership, no security. You know how many citizens have died and they don't have grave? People starving, people broad day in the street, and police can't do nothing. The president telling us we should look for CC camera. Daniel says leadership. The president cannot even tell us. The president going tomorrow to give the same old speech that he gave before. They just will give you lies and you continue to listen to the same lies. They have lied to us so much until they catch up with us. Now today, in fact, from the time the government take what they've been blaming other people, today they're blaming on Mr. Cummings. But because I don't blame them, they say when the horse don't sell you, we got other people in the opposition, some other criminals, some liars, pathological liars, saying that, oh, Mr. Cummings is the one who's suppressing Liberia. Mr. Cummings is the one who negotiated the American government. They shouldn't get George Weah money. And you believe it. You believe it. When you get Henry Costa coming up, insulting Mr. Cummings, telling the world that Mr. Cummings paid lobbyists. Let me tell you, lobbyists is not against the law. You can pay a lobbyist, you can get the government said got lobbyists here. The former representative, River, was working for Ellen Johnson. All African countries, the European countries, they all got lobbyists in America. Michael Steele, where is that Michael Steele? The general who was supporting Donald Trump. He was working for the Russians. The Ukrainian, he was a lobbyist for them. It's not against the law. Nobody can lobby with the government and say suppress that country. Nobody can do it. Unless you yourself is wicked, and when our lobbyists can go there and say, yeah, listen, the thing they're doing over there is wrong. Ellen Johnson did it. When Doe was there, Chancellor was there, they suppressed Liberian government. Yes. Because of certain things they were doing. Guys, please like the video. Only 9% has still like this video. Please. There's nothing wrong. But the line on it, oh, Mr. Cummings paid people $180,000. Hey, man. Hey, my people. Somebody gave me that information. And I said it yesterday, and I will say it again. I will continue to say it. And you be the judge. The guy said Mr. Boaka received a pickup and received cash from Mentor Steel when he was vice president. So I argued with him a little bit. Then he said, Munel, let me ask you something. He said it was broad. The public knew about it. That every representative and senator received a pickup. If they receive a pickup, imagine what the vice president and the president receive. I sat down for long. I said, it makes sense. Because there is no way the legislators, The representative, the senators will receive a gift, and the vice president don't get his share, or neither the president. So Joe Barker got his share from Mentor Steve, because where in the world they will give only the representative and leave the other two big. They immediately leave. They forget about Ellen Johnson and they forget about Joe Barker. So Joe Barker received a share. That is why when we say they've been doing the same old thing and with the same results. The problem we're facing today came from UP. All the bad concession, the other all black, this other all black, this experiment, this other thing, and this and that, and we see nothing. The LPM terminal, all these bad agreements were done under Ellen Johnson. President, we are only trying to rectify some of the bad ones, because Mentor Steel last to extend the contract. They have not accomplished anything yet. They got only, did only 10% of what they promised, and they want to extend it because of the money. But who messed it up? It was the same Joe Barker and Ellen Johnson. Their administration. I was listening, I was watching and one of these radio stations, and someone from Sierra Leone went after Ellen Johnson. She thinks she's some Maradona when it comes to politics. She tried to get into the Sierra Leone politics or something. Or trying to explain. I will watch it again. The person just sent it to me. I saw a clip of it. So, but this is the thing here, Liberians. You hear everybody now, everywhere you go, like Mr. Cummings, Mr. Cummings, Mr. Cummings, Mr. Cummings. Oh, Mr. Cummings, the one that supported CPP. Oh, Mr. Cummings refused to go as CPP chairman. Mr. Cummings, vice tenor bearer. That is why he caused all the problem. His other three said no, and yes, he said no. And people, because three people against you, that means you're wrong. Because three against you, that means you're wrong. It only tells us that majority of the people in government are corrupt politicians. You listen to the surrogates. You listen to Spoon. You listen to Spoon TV. Henry Costa admitted that, oh, we made a mistake. This whole thing here is should have been about Bwaka. But we brought him in. Then later on, he was supposed to agree to be vice tenor bearer. Hey, man. You see how some of the wickedness, you see some of the plans, how they treat Liberians. It's not about Cummings. They only trying to tell the Liberians that you are nothing. If God help you, you get into that group, thank God for you. If you climb and you reach that stage, thank God for you. So imagine we in a group, but they are working for the government. We all know they're trying to get Mr. Bwaka to testify against Mr. Cummings. Liberian people, you're listening to the thing here. They try to testify. They want to get Mr. Cummings to say, okay, yes, this mayor will put this crime on him, the law will pass by, and he's out, he will not contest, and that's it. Ask yourself the question, why are they going after Mr. Cummings? None of the political leaders, Bwaka, Cummings, Ure, Yombly, handle that document. None of them handle the document. None of them. Whether Mr. Cummings was the chairman, but let me tell you, this is how it worked. The secretariat is headed by the ANC. It was headed by ANC Secretary General. So all the other secretaries work with him. You know, there's something they say when you haul rope haul bush. You know, sometimes you think that you're doing something good, or you think you try to harm another person, but because you are so wicked, God blind your eyes and and suppress your brain, and you will not think too fast. One person said the document was signed on the 25th of April. The other man said the document was signed on the 19th. The number one talk show, the number one surrogate, the number one messenger for Mr. Bwaka, Pedro Costa, he had a special show and broke it down. How Yombly went there and Yombly got copies. And it was a photocopy. My people, let me ask you something. Let me ask you today. If you go to a place, if you go to any office and ask and say, can I get copy of this paper, excluding documentation that you're supposed to get because they're giving you the document. Now, if you lost your driver license, they will give you a new driver's license. It's a business to do it. It's a business. But like a government institution where you say, excuse me, ma'am, you remember the letter I gave you yesterday? Can I get a copy of the letter? What do you think they're going to do? They will take your letter and photocopy it and give it to you. They don't photocopy it color and give it to you. If you go to any place where you presented a document and you need copy of that document, they will give you copy. You go to your office right now, maybe you give them birth certificate, or maybe you give them something. They will tell you, okay, they will find it and they will photocopy and give it to you. They will not give you original. They will not print it for you in black in color because they want to show off that they give you copies. And sometimes when you sign a letter, when you sending a letter to immigration, you sending a letter to police or court or whatsoever, you keep your copies. You don't need to notarize your copy. You notarize the copy that going to them. You sign that copy that going to them, but you got copied just in case you can tell them, say, oh, this letter, I sent you a letter on this date, blah, 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 blah. That's it. But these people try to fool you. This boy yell all over the place. Yell all over the place. Yes, you see, to show that the one that we took from neck, it was May 19. The document was signed May 19. The document was signed May 19. Everybody complained. And I will be honest, every one of them knew that they know very well that the same page, that the same signature that Mo Ali collected, that's what they use on the new one, and they just use the same date. Why they can't complain? So to them now they try to bring us say, oh yeah, we're catching. Good, we're catching. You think that when you catch Mr. Cummings on? Is that the one you're going to catch? Today you don't have amendment copies, but then later on you get copies. You don't get copy, you get copy. You don't get copy, you get copies. All the different videos. Liberia, you're not smart. First food are full, second food are not full. At the same time, the government now, they what going to benefit the government if CPP is broken apart. That is what will benefit the government. That means, ain't mean that George we are going to win. Don't let nobody fool you that CDC will win. Because CDC self don't have the numbers to win in the first round. Altogether, CPP it's a first round wrap. It's a first round. Over 50% of the total vote is within the CPP. Okay. Everybody going separate. George Weah will not win. He will have to go in the second round. And don't be surprised. George Weah might not even go to the first round. The second round too. It sounds funny in people here right now. Some people now they say, are you crazy? Will all the CPP? Yes, the CPP disappoint you. Yes, you're feeling bad because you don't have patience. Because Liberians are not patient. That is why Liberia into mess today. We're not patient for Talbot to turn the country into a multi-party system when he was talking about it. We're not patient enough for Doe to end his term. We're not patient enough for Charles Taylor. We're not patient for nothing. We want results overnight. But it's just unfortunate. George Weah had the opportunity to solve it, to fix some of the problem, but they jump into corruption and stealing. A handful of people, when a small little group of people continue to steal, it go up, it go all over the place. There are people in this government that don't steal. There are people in the government that are good. They are honest people. They come to America, they're confused. If anybody tells you that because the people work in government, so they're all okay with the government, a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. And I will tell you, my fellow UP, why UPians or whatsoever you call yourself, don't feel bad. Joseph Boakai will not contest the election. And take it, save the video. Yeah, I've been saying it all the time. Joseph Boakai will endorse Mr. Cummings. You can go up, you come down. Joseph Boakai will do whatsoever he want to do. Joseph Boakai will not want to put anything extra on his head to think that he will go and testify against Mr. Cummings and it will make him look good. No, it will make him look bad in his last days to show to the Liberian people that Joseph Boakai is working along with the government. But what Joseph Boakai and Jombi don't know, that Ure was the one who been working with this government. He was the planter. At the same time, they were accusing Belete working with George Weah. There's a lawsuit again. They planning another lawsuit against Belete too. Y'all say Belete working for George Weah, so that is why he messed up. You see, Liberians, how we put ourselves into a situation like Mo Ali says, situation I can't handle. Y'all see there? You're regretting, most of them regretting the Darius did on the Yombly. Every one of them regretting why we have to go this route. Why? You go to the primary, you win, that's it. Yombly had no reason of coming up early. You have no reason. But because they know what was in that paper, they know what's in the documents. They put Mr. Cummings on the spot. They know that Mr. Cummings was not going. And this is what Mr. Cummings been saying all the time. Every time we say Mr. Cummings, you leave. Because some of us were naive, some of us we never read the document, including the biggest talk show and the Spoon TV. None of them read the document. That document had been on the internet for so, but Liberians never went through that document until all the Rick wrote. I'm gonna say, I can't go through the document. We just went through the surface. Oh, who do we employ? Who will get job? Who will not get job? That's it. None of them. All the so-called journalists in Liberia, they don't know what's in the document. They don't know our constitution. They don't know nothing about the document. Ure knows. That is why every time Mr. Cummings, you must leave. You can't make anything because the guy that will go against you. Mr. Cummings said, listen, if I leave, we will not contest. It's rather for us to stay there and lose and stick with the process. And I believe in the process. I believe in the process. So they tell me, oh, Mr. Cummings will leave. So when Mr. Cummings leave, then he will be explaining. Because they know that Cummings leave, ANC will not contest. They know that. It was not for, because everybody was saying that coalition do not hold in Liberia. Coalition do not hold. Coalition do not hold. They, I don't, the way Liberia can change story, we got serious problem. We have a serious, serious problem. I don't know if it's a mental problem or I don't know if it's educational problem. I don't know. We know how to turn things around. We know how to twist document. We are lawyers. We are professors. We are doctors with no responsibilities. We got more teachers, more professors than students. Everybody that lawyer. Everybody think different way. Everybody think is different. It's different. Who don't know in the Constitution that every citizen has the right to associate and disassociate? Who don't know? Why would you want to take an individual who told you corporations are just one person? If you got a corporation today, they can sue that corporation. They won't bother you. They will go after the corporation. Yes, people make it. People are the one who in charge of it. But it's not on you. When you sign a contract, when you who signed the contract is ALP, it's UP, ANC signed the contract. But somebody signed for them. That doesn't mean that the person is responsible for them. That person can get up today and say, okay, I don't want to be part of ANC. Can you stop them? If anybody says they don't want to be, whether ANC can remain in the CPP, and I say I don't want to be part of the CPP with the ANC, can you stop me? If Mr. Cummings says I don't want to be part of the ANC, can the ANC stop him? No. That is his right to leave. But if ANC want to leave, there's some consequence. You sign a document or contract. Why would you want to break the contract? The lawyers told and say, this framework document, it will not hold because there's nothing binding. So the only letter, you see, just how they fool us. The letter that they talk about, the lawyer wrote to NEC for clarification. The letter was, if four of us register, can I still register my name with another candidate while I'm in this group? No. 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 Simple. Next, let's go to CDC. NPP can never register any candidate. Sam Brown is from NPP. But what Sam Brown did, Sam Brown went independent. The only way and NPP can register a person unless they leave. But CDC document is not hard like ANC document and the CPP document. The CPP document is based around consensus. That means for you and myself to break it, we all must agree before we break it. Or I must go through this channel and give a reason why I don't want to be there. Okay, this is my reason. We'll go to this other group. We talk this. The reason here, oh, you guys did this. You stole this. You do the one. Then you get a general reason. They all can agree. But you must go through the process. The court can't even get you out. The court cannot get you out. So every one of y'all, maybe you're hard to learn. Ure, the whole cluster, they can go and form a new group. That group will never carry ALP or UP. That group will carry different name. And they will see Bwaka there. But it will not get no relationship with UP or ALP. I dare you. I dare anybody, unless you want to tell me that's something different now. It will not happen. It will not happen. Why you think they behind Mr. Cummings to go get the document? You think Mr. Cummings has the power to go and get the document from NEC? No. Mr. Cummings alone cannot take the document from NEC. Mr. Bwaka alone cannot take it. You can request for a copy. Requesting for a copy and withdrawing the entire document is a two different things. How does it show us? What this is not rocket scientist. This is not about degree. It's common sense, logic. If you think faster, if you have the wisdom and look between the lines and forget about your damn party or whatsoever, put Liberia first and say, who messing up it? You think if Mr. Cummings was a problem, I'm going to be supporting Mr. Cummings? And I one of those who say if Mr. Cummings mess it up, I will stay with CPP. You think I will support Mr. Cummings if he messing it up? You think that has some of us do this thing here? Some of us said we abandon friends for Liberia. We abandon people because of Liberia. Good friends that turn to be corrupt and whatsoever, we abandon them because of Liberia. What's that? What sense it make for you to think that it will just break apart? The journalists in Liberia, they never read a document. On our wonderful Spoon TV, they never read a document until the thing came out. Nobody, the Henry Costa lied on our document so much, he lied until one time he himself admitted that nobody can leave. He himself admitted, I'm looking for that video again, that nobody can leave the CPP. Nobody can leave. Nobody can leave. And what? Everybody felt that Mr. Cummings was going to leave the CPP. Terry Genesis came on my show. He asked, oh, Mr. Kishan, let me ask you. If we go to the convention and Mr. Bwaka win the convention, will Mr. Cummings remain in the CPP and support Mr. Bwaka? That's the question he asked. You think they don't know? They all were aware. But because now today, who complaining? You listen to the last Costa show. Everyone who called from Liberia, they mad. We can see the old man. The old man not saying nothing. Now today, let me tell you the information. They won't go petition. They go into Gonglo, Tier 1 Gonglo, trying to talk to Tier 1 Gonglo, come at John C, ANC, and UP. They won't go back. They won't go to Dana Cassette. Come and merge with us. When you join with us, because Mr. Bwaka don't want to go, we can carry you and carry young and Tier 1 Gonglo. Oh, look at that. That means they will Tier 1 Gonglo and Bwaka and what he said, Dr. Cassette can go together. Because they already got the plans. These boys, they are desperate. They want the presidency more than Bwaka himself. But because Mr. Bwaka, he's lacked the leadership and permit him. He listened to people. Mr. Cummings don't listen to us. Mr. Cummings said, listen to us. We don't control him. Everybody bring their ideas. That is what going on in UP today when y'all don't know. UP people are working to get Mr. Kiase to come to with them, and they get Gonglo. By the time the old man want to do anything different, they want to get Gonglo and Kiase to come together, and they go because the guys are so desperate. Liberian people, the people still willing to sell your country. The people are still trying their best, but we got news for them. We're not going to cost Mr. Bwaka, but Mr. Bwaka will not contest. Mr. Bwaka cannot make it. Look, you can be 40 years old, you can still have a health problem. You can be 80 years old, you can get a health problem. You can be 28, you can still get back trouble. But we all know a lot of guys taking advantage of the man's health. They're taking advantage of the old man's health. Some of them are saying that the old man quick to forget. Some of them now know that the old man quick to forget. He quick to forget. So that the advantage they're taking. That the advantage. They believe they want to get the share in government. You hear them talking? Because reality is kicking in. But you don't need to listen to me. You don't need to say what you want. You won't enough force. At the same time, the government using the opportunity. If we continue to say, we say yes, it's a witch hunt. We know that the government is a look how they handle in a case. It's so important to them. They're confused. Y'all listen to me. Tomorrow protest is all about the same protection of democracy. But they will get Mr. Cummings involved and say, oh, that Mr. Cummings the one that sponsored the protest. Just imagine UP supporters saying that Mr. Cummings the one that brought Mr. Samuka. UP supporters, that's how wicked these guys are. They go, I said, they against Mr. Cummings so badly. They're doing everything. They're doing everything to testify. Let them just stop the man. The man is a criminal. The other day, Sidisha called him Mr. Cummings criminal. Yes, he's criminal. That the only country I see, they want to turn a bad man. They want to put a title on a man who is so innocent. Whether you like it, the man got clean hands. The man eat penny from Liberian government. The man playing it how politicians play it. He has the right to go in any party to take members from them. He's not going in your church house. The same way you get company. If you got a company, you get employees. I can hire any employee from any company and just pay them good money, and that's it. You can go to any political party. Like for us, we're not working, but if I was working for you working for ANC, you on a salary. Understand that they don't owe you nothing, yes? You working for them. If another person take you to go farm, look at David Axelrod. He supported Barack Obama, won the election. He went to another candidate. That is what they do. They are professionals. If somebody want to take me right now, if I decide to go, nobody can do a damn thing to me. Nobody. You think Mr. Cummings will get up and go tell the person, say, oh, why you took Munel from me? No, he will not do it. He will not. But if you notice that, when you know the importance of that man, and somebody want to take that guy from you, get involved. Talk to that person, say, but why you want to talk to the person who they want to take. And say, but my man, don't not do it, but don't leave, my man. Please, we need you. Mr. Cummings went. Now you see it for yourself. They said Billy T was working with George Weah. So who working with George Weah now? Who working with George Weah? That Billy T stay? That Yombli Kanga? That now Yombli Kanga got to testify too. You can't, Bwaka, you can testify that they play the stock and now. How will Bwaka testify against another opposition? That when Liberian people would know now that Bwaka is that opposition. So as far as I'm concerned, Cummings the only opposition. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's the thing here. ALP said they are not part of CPP again. Who is the chairman for CPP? Joseph Nyiman Bwaka is the chairman for CPP. My question again, did Joseph Nyiman Bwaka receive any communication from ALP that they are leaving the CPP? No. They went on air. They talk about it. Mr. Bwaka say anything about it? No. When you ask the question, they say, oh, that now you want to know. When Mr. Bwaka called meeting, you ain't show up. Okay, Mr. Cummings didn't show up. Let's agree, Mr. Cummings did not show up to the meeting. Granted. Why ALP say they're leaving and we can't hear from the chairman to find out if that's true? Why the chairman can't have a press conference and talk to the Liberian people? Because the chairman is aware of everything. We hear from the chairman when the party say they can't leave. We're in the third week now. They were leaving last week. Monday passed, this and that. You think they don't know that they can't leave? Liberian people, why will you sit there for these people to continue to fool you over and over? Some of you're on Facebook, you're cussing. Mr. Cummings will be president in Maryland. In your dream, Mr. Kishen, this morning, I'm going to church. You see, the devil is busy. I'm going to church. I posted Malay Matthew 5:8. That's nice thing. The Lord God key on and say you're frustrated. Look at you. Frustration will kill you. You get blood pressure. You see that? And one boy came by and fired him. I just read it. The boy gained some kind of wars. I was waiting for him to see if we're going to respond to the boy. You see, you don't know some because of politics. We won't kill each other because of politics. When I was not supporting, when we were not supporting anybody at the time, after there was no too much campaigning, oh, people want to talk to me, Mr. Kishen. But since I started, my friend Amos Colley will come in my mailbox and tell me about you in your dream, in your this, in your that. Until people ask me, do you know Amos Collins? I say, I know Amos Collins very well, my friend. Politics. I don't have to support Mr. Bwaka. I supported Mr. Bwaka against George. We are in the second round. But I don't have to support Mr. Bwaka. I'm an ANC man. I'm a Alexander Cummings supporter. And I believe in Alexander Cummings. I believe in the vision of Alexander Cummings. I'm not there because I just want to. I believe in it and it will work. And it will work with Liberians. Liberians are good people. Are good people, but because we've been having bad leaders all the time. We've been having leaders that don't care about the country. They're only concerned about themselves. What they can get. What they're for me. I saw something today. Tojo Harris, he's a born again sedition. Tojo Harris went back to CDC office there. They did all kinds of things for him. So all that time he was not what? He was not a sedition because they promised them that you'll stick around after the next election, we give you a job. Every one of them praying for job. Look, it's not a bad thing to support who you want to support. It's not a bad thing, but our Kishen will not go remain somewhere that's not correct. No. I will not. If Mr. Cummings misbehave, it's not in a disrespectful way. If Mr. Cummings start to do different things, I will cut it quick before it will get to the end. I will cut it quick. Before we reach there, we'll cut it off. I say, you know what? Let me stay. But maybe 2023, will be some of us last time to talk. It ain't mean I won't die. God can carry me tonight. God can carry me tomorrow. So death is is for everyone. But 2023, that's where I will believe myself whether Liberians are decent people, whether Liberians know what they want. 2023. 2023. God help some of us who came to the country here. So I don't blame when some people say that where I got my family, where I get my house, I get everything, that's where I'm supposed to be. But we love our country, Liberia. That is why some of us are still doing what we're doing. But come 2023, some of us want to concentrate on family and don't worry about Liberia anymore. And let the corrupt people remain there. And that's it. This time around, let me tell you, we can complain to the international community, yes. But we must take the stand before they come in. They're not going to take the stand for us anymore. They're not going to come out and say whatsoever. And Mr. Weir, I hope you know what you're doing. We hearing all the info. There's no secret in our government. Our government do not have a secret. You know why? Because not everybody is happy. Everything that happening is Mr. Cummings right now. Tomorrow protest, Mr. Cummings' name will be on again. Mr. Cummings the one who sponsored the protest. Mr. Cummings the one who do the protest. Mr. Cummings sponsored this protest. Sponsor the protest. Everything that happened in Liberia, that Mr. Cummings the one that get money, he the one sponsoring it. Everything that happened. Somebody, host, I bet you, they say the people that die again, you might will say that Mr. Cummings the one that sent people there. Anything, they try to even plant some. Look, I will tell you, they try to plant all kinds of things. Mr. Cummings this, Mr. Cummings that. Oh, Mr. Cummings that. You know, one guy can say, you know, Mr. Cummings used to work with child stealer. Wow. These guys are brave. They are brave. Politics in Liberia, that's how it been played all the time. You know, they got one picture in Liberia. They got the guns behind them. They put Ellen Johnson on that same picture. They put George Weah on that picture. They put my brother on that picture. They put everybody on that picture with the guns. Drugs dealer, warlords. The same thing George Weah were crying for. The same thing George Weah were crying about. That everybody has the right to contest freely, to campaign freely. Everybody. But George Weah doing it? No. George Weah is not doing it. He's not doing it. Let me show you something here. Reality is kicking in now. So President Weah and his boys, they got one more year. Next year is election. So they're confused now. They are confused. I'm looking for this video here. I can't find. I want to play the video with George Weah talking about election. I got a lot of video. Okay, guys. My eyes, apparently my eyes just jumping over here. I don't know, but I know it's supposed to be. Oh, I think I got it on my other computer. Yeah, I have another computer. All the guys then, I swear to God. I said this thing long time. I said this government will suppress people. In fact, let me just UP people who talking. Go and look in the GAC report. Waka name is in the GAC report. For some $1 million cannot be counted for. You know CDC plan? CDC plan was if Joe Waka is the standard bearer, then the government will go after Joe Waka to bring him to court for that particular money. Y'all know that? Y'all know? Y'all know that? So all the things you're doing, you think people don't know. The guys in government, they don't have secret. Go in the report. Go look at the report. They, according to them, Joe Barker office was not audited. But there's a report that his office cannot account for $1 million, what they did with it, and blah, 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 blah. So this government plan was if Barker, the standard bearer for CPP, they were going to charge Barker to go to court. Put a criminal charge on him and go to court. Y'all don't know that? Y'all know? You know, Liberian people, I say this thing again. When you go in the bush to pick your medication, your medicine, your jolobo, remember that the one that behind you, that somebody own a medicine. That somebody own a medicine. Because we love to connive. This vice president have compromised so many times with George Weah. Ain't mean that he agreeing, but he accepting it. Vice president will sit there for George Weah to give you $2,000 because you bereaved. You bereaved. You took $2,000 from George Weah. I will here right now. I mean, trust George Weah to give me $50. He can give me 10,000. I can't take him because I would think it's a setup. Why this vice president will even take $2,000 for bereavement? And the president went and talk about it. And he never said, well, and this and that. I will give it back to you. But Pedro Costa collected the money. According to them, they said they gave the money to Edwin Snow, but Edwin Snow didn't get the money. So who they give the money to? The woman listened to the show. Costa collected the money and gave the money back. What Mr. Barker said. Mr. Barker argued about it. Oh, because he don't talk all the time. Is that the leader? Is that the politician we want? He's going to be just like George Weah. If a politician tell you, see me, I just don't talk like that. And no. Politician, you like a father or mother. You speak out. You speak out. You people funny. Why you want to politicize the death of Liberians? Why? Some of them vex that Mr. Barker ain't go there. Some of them are pissed off. Mr. Barker was supposed to go to the place. Why he not going to the place? Cummings were there. So what if Cummings went there? So what? So what? Ordinary Liberians went there too. But then again, if Cummings didn't go there, y'all would be the same people. So that's what they were doing. Let me tell the whole secret. UP supporters were trying to get Barker out of the house to go to Nukutan. That day, they try the Omeke move. I'm giving you a first-hand information. Mr. Cummings went to Bombing Hills. UP people were trying for Barker to go there. So by the time they leave from there, they go to the news. Yes. You see, Mr. Cummings? Mr. Cummings went to Bombing Hills and go to go campaign and blah, 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 blah. They try. The man willing, but the body weak. I ain't got a problem with Mr. Barker. I got a problem with the people who supported Mr. Barker. And this particular group, they will not support Mr. Cummings. They will not support Mr. Cummings, but there are people in UP who will support Mr. Cummings. There are people in UP that will support Mr. Cummings. I mean, Moda, you're a businessman. I know Bwaka like your uncle. You're a Kisi man too. You're a businessman. You need your business to move. Since the government took over, you have not made anything. Oh, damn, I broke my glasses. I don't know why I put this thing. Oh, I broke my glasses. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Y'all pay for it. I broke my glasses. Damn. I gotta go now. Anyway, I'll go to the store tomorrow. Well, the good thing is that on this identical one, I got insurance on it, so I don't worry about it. I got insurance on this one, so I don't worry. So I will just take it there. I say it broke. And this is my main glass I can. But anyway, let me get out of the paper there. It will be hanging nothing on the side. So the guys who support Waka, they are so greedy. The guy that won the presidency more than the woman he said. That Mr. Bwaka. Mr. Bwaka served a country. But the guys that who ran Mr. Bwaka, they so corrupt. Anthony Kessely, another one. When he said Jay Kabakoli, the vice president nephew, all the family people there, all of them working with the woman. Yeah, all of them working with the woman. But the woman will not contest. The woman will endorse Mr. Cummings because he has reached to the point where the woman have noticed that people are pushing him too much, too hard to do things that he's not supposed to do. The woman's wife is not happy about it. They will not accept it again. The woman children not happy about it. It's time for the woman to rest. You see, not everybody can be president. Sometimes you try. Hillary went and broke the glass ceiling, but she never went through the glass. She didn't go through it. She just only tapped it and it broke. That means she was a candidate on a big party. So that's it. But this lady, she was the first to win vice president position, Kamala Harris. But she was not the first lady to contest because I think Mondale had a woman vice president when when Bush, not Bush, Reagan. I think when Reagan beat him, or like Papa Bush, the big Bush beat him. I don't know. I got to check. So that's the same thing. You don't have to. You don't have to. George Bush Sr. went for second term and he was defeated. He went for second term and he was defeated. George Bush Sr. And he left. You got two term, but if you fail the first one, they don't sign the contract again. If you do good, they sign your contract. President Weah knows that very well. When he was playing for AC Monaco, if you're playing for AS Monaco, because he was doing good, they signed a contract. Then went to PSG, they signed a contract. AC Milan, they signed a contract because he was still good. But at the time when he was going down, when he walked out of the contract, nobody called him again because he was already done. When he left his last team, he walked out of the contract. Nobody called him because he was finished already. So that's the same thing with politics. Politics is the same thing when you're not thinking too fast. Look, thank you, Mr. Cummings, for bringing new change in Liberian politics. Because if Mr. Cummings was not going to take a tour around the country, George Weah himself was not going to go there because George Weah sat down for 3 years without going to any county. All President Weah know Monrovia is Liberia. Finish. So Mr. Bwaka was doing the same. Now what they've been doing all this time in Liberia. That's what they've been doing. Your logo. All of that. Dr. Kase went with a wildflower. Woo! You can hear about Kase again. Kase taking your time. Kase not spending time. You got to kind of collect some money from here again to go back. Listen, Cummings money working for himself. Mr. Cummings' money. I never knew the Henry Cousin were talking about it. I just kidding. We all can read the internet. We all can go on Google and go on places. They will check. That Okase went to Liberia with a cash violence speed all over the place. Now he back to America. Mr. Cummings stay in Liberia. Tiawan Gonglo is still exploring, going this way. Mr. Cummings still taking it nyeke nyeke. Mr. Cummings still going to places. So all that thing you're doing, Mr. Cummings, nothing. This case will not move. It will not slow Mr. Cummings down. Mr. Cummings will abide by the law. We know exactly what's going on. We know that this government is doing everything in connection with the McGill and whosoever. And let me tell you for the information. Yes, Pedro worked for them, but George Weah said he don't want to see Pedro. So it's McGill and other people who can work. You see the same thing that George Weah did to Mike Tabate and did to what the boy names Christmas. They spent all the time in Liberia and never saw George Weah face. Even the independent, the CDC, COP, up to date, they have not met George Weah yet. They just there running all the place like chicken no head. So tell me, my people, eh? Liberian, you're quick to forget. Please don't spoil your name when it comes to the politics. Don't make enemy with your friends. Don't do it. Don't do it. You don't need to start cursing me. You don't need to curse Jowia. You don't need to curse Buaka. I don't curse him Buaka. If I say Buaka corrupt, it's not a curse. I say, you want to say corrupt, that means I stealing money? No. The people who surround Buaka, the people he with, they say, oh, Mr. Cummings' friend with Bilete. Bilete work for CDC. Bilete this, Bilete that. Right in your own eyeball. You're working for CDC. Dylan Morph close. You send a document back. You lead the Senate. You only leave. If you show that Mr. Cummings tempered the document because they said that it's a fraudulent document, it's a fake document, it's a bogus document. I wish NEC can just throw everybody outside. Let's go back to election and see if they will win. And see if Yombli Kanga will win Grand Basso again. She will not win. Dylan Sell will not win Monserrato. I know Dylan Poe, you're coming get fair, but Dylan will not win Monserrato. Y'all go back for re-election. Y'all try it and see if Dylan will win. Y'all try it. Let's see. Let Babu Divakola. How Liberians, why y'all should sit there for the people to fool you? You still talking about 2017 election. Eh? Mr. Bwaga got 500,000 vote. Then you Edis coming got 100,000. You can't talk about Mr. Bwaga should leave. Mr. Cummings ever told Bwaga to leave? Mr. Cummings ever came on radio one day and said Bwaga should leave? But the problem Mr. Cummings caused because he won't run for president too. You think if they're going to tell Mr. Cummings and say, where they see people here, we organize it because of Mr. Bwaga, you think Mr. Cummings are going to go in that group? You think Cummings was capable to be so naive and stupid to go in that group? No. He was never going to be part of that group. Never. They lucky that Bromskins is dead because Mr. Bwaga said we're not going to open his mouth. Yeah, he was not going to open his mouth. Eh? Oh, Mr. Cummings spoiled the people party. Yombly, who damaged the party? You didn't see that one. Eh? Yombly damaged Liberty Party. Ability. That Yombly the one that damaged it. Because you see, leadership, look, leadership is bad. Though. If you don't understand leadership, you put yourself into a situation that you can't handle. Like Mo Adi. Leaders speak last. You don't jump and start talking. You don't just start talking. Even if you go to a meeting, you don't answer everybody who asks, who says something. You wait for everybody to speak and you be the last to talk. When you talk, you cut the case. That's Mr. Cummings right there. Mr. Cummings will sit in a meeting and everybody will say what they want to say. And just how you saying it, I'm watching. Look, when I spend certain times with you, I will understand you in a way that this man take notes and listen to everybody. So just imagine you're 12 in the room. 12 in the room. Or you're having conversation. Everybody's standing around. Mr. Talk. When it comes to Mr. Cummings, he will address everybody by name. By name. When you ask him Mr. Cummings question, he allow you to give 5 questions. And he answer it. And he will call your name. And he will not miss one. You see, leaders that speak last always make the best decision. It's not that the leaders are smarter than you. But why you think the leaders got people around? The leader got you around there to bring ideas to him. So when everybody speak in the room, they bring their ideas, then the leader will take from there and compile it and say, this is mine. And they accept it. That's Barack Obama right there too. His professor talk about it. His law professor. So you got to listen, let people speak. Don't utter emotion. Don't get up. You know, I'm sorry that some of us, our face on Facebook, you don't how many people call us all the way they say we ain't nothing with poo poo. But people still call us to say, why you can't say this, why you can't say that. Look, the ANC people know me for that. If a case come out, they say, oh, somebody calls me or Cummings. When Henry calls me or calls me Mr. Cummings, I won't listen to the tape myself. And then I listen to the tape. When I listen to the tape, I know what I'm going to take from there. And that's it. You and myself having a conversation. My next question coming from your statement is not coming from nowhere. There are certain things that you say will be my next response coming from yourself. So you have no right speaking. No leader will tell you, well, according to my personal view, there's nothing personal about you, your leader. So if a leader tell you about personal thing, that is already in him. Because he's the head. How will you come up and say you supporting Mr. Bwaka when the process have not started? And we're talking about consensus building where they will all meet and decide. But one person already, okay, I'm supporting Bwaka. Then we in no time, you only supporting Bwaka. So I left alone. The only thing that protects me now on that consensus building is that if I say no, that's it. You expect me to go and agree with you? Because 3 persons say, your thing, you see how bad, look, God actually blind them. The consensus building, it was not put in by the lawyers. It was not put in by the lawyers. It was the CPP guys who put the document together. They put it in. They put it in, say we're going to make this thing just like the United Nations. They were trying to make themselves powerful. That if anybody want to join, it should be done by us. If anybody want to leave, we all must agree. So why you talk about the exit clause? The exit clause, they put in consensus building that every decision we all must agree. It's not 3 against 1 or no. We all must agree. Because you know what? You can, most of the time on voting, when you see they got the board, they got the Supreme Court, they always odd numbers. Let me tell you something. Let me give you a stupid idea. Maybe some of you will not understand it. Board of directors, it's not an even number. They always odd number because somebody will break the tie. It's just like the vice president at the Senate. The vice president can break the tie. it is not an even number. The vice president is the one that make it different. But he don't vote. The only time he vote or she vote is to break a tie. Now, you got even numbers. Four. Four. If they were voting based on a democratic process that say the highest carry it, if two say yes and two say no, who will break the tie? Who will break the tie? But because for them to understand each other to say, yes, we're working together, let's go with the United Nations model. United Nations document is built on consensus. The 5 countries of the executive for the Security Council, they must agree for anything to pass. If they all don't agree, it will not go through. So, for anybody to join, they will agree. For anybody to leave, you must go through a process to leave. So you see, they tie each other down, and they all was aware. That is why Mr. Ure put it in the face of Mr. Cummings, say, listen, I will support Bwaka. When he may very go. Now when he go, we tell like Brempo say, and we told you say the men are correct. That was their plan. By the time Mr. Cummings leave, we say, boy, we told you say the men are correct. We told you that the men are correct. It's not fair. So you see, the consensus building is not a 3 against 2 or 1. They must agree. So when you go into the room and you talk, if you don't agree who to be the standard bearer. Now, they never said they should go in there and say you will be the standard, you will be the vice standard. No. They go in there to decide who will be the standard bearer. Then they will come out and say, Joe Bwaka is our standard bearer. We all agree we'll be behind Joe Bwaka. Okay, we all agree we'll be behind Ure. Then you now will turn around to select your vice president. But if behind closed door, you talk your thing and say you won't carry Cummings, you won't carry Charles Steele or whosoever, that your business. But the consensus building was not for them to go in there and come outside with a candidate and standard bearer and vice standard bearer. No. It was for them to select only one. That's what the document says. Our so-called educated people never read the document. They never teach the librarian people. They never educate our librarian people. They continue to still lie. They continue to lie, and I challenge anybody on the spoon talk. They said they made a mistake. They blunder. If they listen to me, I love them, but they blunder. All the radio station in Liberia blunder. The Hebrew Costa with the biggest platform and whatsoever lie to the people about this document. You know, we just take almost like the Jehovah's Witness. The Jehovah's Witness go into the Bible and take what they want to know. They take it from the Bible. They see what some of the Christians read the Bible and take what they want to take for themselves. And they leave the other part or two. The one who get gay in the church don't preach on gay. The one who preach on prosperity do not preach on sin or something else. Some kind of way. But when you got nothing to say, only insults will come out. You stupid. You this. You don't get nothing to do. Look at you. Old man like you. And blah, blah, blah. And blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. All kinds of things. I got the biggest platform. I'm the highest man. I'm the biggest man. Nobody can try identity for 10 years. That's not the point. It's not how long you've been there. So that 10 years, how many lives you damage? How many lives you damage? That 10 years. Liberians, we are our own problems because we allow these people to fool us. We follow them because we think we love them. Listen, I support Mr. Cummings, but I don't love Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings, money he got enough for me. Mr. Cummings not paying my bills. Mr. Cummings not know how I eat in the house here. Mr. Cummings don't know how my children going to school. He know how they don't want to go to private school. He know how they don't want to go to school. He know how my children eating. He know how they surviving. He don't know if my hair hurting. He don't know. So why should I fall in love? But I only admire him because he took the stand that his responsibility, that his time to run for president. And I admire him. I look at his platform. And I don't see nobody who have it. I don't see nobody. That is what our politicians need to be doing, telling us what they will do. George Weah, we voted for him. He told us what you're going to do. No. George Weah never went for debate. He never promised nobody that he was going to be certain. Never. Today, children are dying, and then some sedition will come up. Oh yeah, you're feeling messy. I see George Weah win again. What get your what y'all get sense? Y'all get sense that Liberians are stupid people for true? Eh? And I want to say this again. Y'all listen tomorrow. There's a protest tomorrow. The people from Lofa County, the student union, and whosoever, they're going to protest against this sin Samuka or whosoever. But they will bring Mr. Cummings' names that, oh, now Mr. Cummings, they won't put a point in the street. Oh. That Cummings, they won't put a point in the street. Oh. That Cummings put a point in the street. Oh. That what they're going to be saying. Everything that will happen now will on the opposition side that Mr. Cummings, Mr. Cummings responsible. Government can pay that Mr. Cummings. The international community don't like the government that Mr. Cummings. Everything that Cummings. Everything that Mr. Cummings. That the new plans. Y'all listen tomorrow. Y'all will hear them. Y'all will hear them tomorrow. But it's sad. So, Thursday, the 27th of January, I will be in DC. If you want to go on that trip, I got a bus available. You can take the bus to go and come back. The bus will carry you and bring you back to your destination. We will not go to your house to go pick you up from there now, but it will be some pickup points where everybody will be there, and the bus will take you and bring you back. So if you want to go, inbox me. If you live in New Jersey, if you live in Philadelphia, let be part of the trip. It's not going to, I'm not saying that you should abandon your job. I'm not saying that. But if you have the time, you can sacrifice that day and be part of the process. We're not going there to go tell the government, say, oh, George, we are a killer. George, we are this. We just want to tell them that they should open their eyes on Liberia. Our democracy is on attack. Imagine if Ellen Johnson was going to do this to George Weah. Even in the first round, she never did it. In the second election, she never did it to George Weah. George Weah CDC bailed out, they got out of the race. They said that it was cheating. And they refused to continue. But it's a history. The facts will come up one day, and you will understand that Liberians themselves, our leaders, will sell us before we even get to the finish line. Like what happened with June 7th. They sold the Liberian people. But you came out to pretend as if that was what going on. But they did the deals already. The deal was done already. Yeah. But it's sad. Share this video. Like the video. We'll continue to speak out. We'll be going live in Washington, D.C. And LRTN will be there. I will be there. We'll be going live. And we'll be, I think, lot 15, Garfi. We got to permit everything. And that's it. This is not about bringing our own country down. No, it's not about bringing our country down. Our country already, you know what, when Donald Trump told the black people, say, but what's so much? Just vote for me, whether you like it or not, because you're already catching hard time. So they already, just imagine, CDC went to Washington, D.C. to rally. CDC, the ruling party, went there to rally and said that people are leaving from here to go to Liberia to go fight, to go declare war, and they were there lying and talking and talking. I was saying we're going there too. So anyway you put it, we go in there. When you don't like it, that's your business, but we're going there. The one who can go will go. Who can stay, who want to stay, can stay. But if you think you love Liberia, be a part of that team. If you love Liberia, if you can't make it, you can't make it. But if you live in Philadelphia, you live in New Jersey, you live in Delaware, let's take the trip to Washington, D.C. Please. Let's help our country, Liberia. Every Liberian has the right to contest, my people. You can't hold a man behind. Let us say this. The truth is that the political leaders never handle the documents. We know that one very well. Why Liberians should sit there and say Mr. Cummings forged a signature? That means Ure himself never. In fact, if they want to be technical, every one of them went against it because you're supposed to actually sign in front of the notary, authorized notary personnel. You can't sign, then you go notarize your signature. They all did it. Mo Ali will be a state witness too. Let Mo Ali go lie on an oath. Mo Ali was the one who went around and collected the signature page. Not the signature page. Mo Ali was the one who did it. Who the hell can sign document on Zoom? Who signed document on Zoom? Today, Ure said, yes, the lawyers amended it, and we got copies. We have copies of the amended version. Oh, but that's not what he carried over there. Okay, now what they're not showing us now. Yombly said she collected the document, she collected copies of the document. What Ure supposed to do? Publish this copy that you got from NEC and publish the one you think that the amended copy, publish all two, let Liberian people see it. But you said no. In their press conference, when the journalists asked, they said we got our evidence and we'll produce our evidence to the court. But then, the same lawyer said that, let Mr. Cummings bring copy, the copy, because his friend ain't got copy. So he should produce the copy. Where in the world you see somebody bring evidence against themselves, if that's what you're looking for? Ure got copies. Mr. Ure got copies. Eh? My people, let us stop this thing here. Eh? Let us stop this. Okay, I'm going to play the tape of Serenius Cephas when he came from the court. What he said about the copy. You listen to yourself. Listen to the fool. And listen to Mr. Cummings' lawyer. And everybody who know now that you do not request for evidence in a criminal charge case. If you say you charge me for some criminal activities, then you telling me I'm gonna go bring something for you. You the one that charging me. You the one to get the evidence. You said you have all this evidence. You are on spoon. He have evidence. You went to court. You tried to request for 6 months. They granted you 5 days. You came back. No evidence. You're not listening to him. You're listening to him.
What am I supposed to say?
Yeah, you're supposed to tell us exactly what happened. I mean, what's the latest from the court?
Were you not allowing the
The judge has suspended ruling into a motion filed to present before you the evidence.
No, listen, our contentious argument is that when the May 19 framework document was signed, it was signed into 5 copies. It was signed into 5 copies. Those 5 copies are in the possession of Cummings. He has not produced them to any of the political leaders. On that basis, we are asking the court, using the law, for them to produce those copies or 1 copy. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So
it's better that you hear from the lawyers in terms of the court proceeding. What I want to say to the Liberian people, though, is that this is a political case. We are being politically prosecuted. This fight is on behalf of the Liberian people. We want to change the interference in the judicial system. We want to change Liberia so Liberia benefits, every Liberian benefits from the resources of our country. This is what this is about. With regards to the legality of the trial, I prefer the lawyers to speak to that. This is an ongoing trial, and I don't want to interfere in that process. But Liberians, remember though, this prosecution is about you and not about me, and we're prepared to fight on behalf of the Liberian people to make sure we change the system so Liberians benefit from our country. I want to thank those Liberians that came out yesterday to support us. I condemn what the police did in injuring peaceful people who were assembling. This is unconstitutional, and this government needs to and will be held to account for what they committed yesterday. Thank you very much.
All right, so
Yeah, okay, good afternoon, gentlemen. I think it's important for the public to know what may have transpired in the court today. So I'll briefly tell you, and then if you have questions, you may ask. We appear today, surprisingly, minutes before the trial could commence. The prosecution served us a motion, 10-15 counts motion, referred to as a motion for subpoena justice tecum, meaning that they are requesting the court to order the defendants to produce certain documents that they rely on in order to establish their case. We resisted the motion, and this is quite interesting, and it's good for the public to know. In our criminal justice system, one who alleges a fact has a burden of proof. So it is quite ridiculous for the Ministry of Justice to accuse, charge the defendants, but then come and say, the evidence I'm depending on to prove my case is in your possession, you present it. I say it is ridiculous because it exposes the Ministry of Justice to gross inadequacy. Gross inadequacy, I repeat myself. It is an elementary principle of law that a defendant charged with a criminal, when an offense in a criminal case, has a right to the presumption of innocence, has a right to remain silent, has a right and a constitutional protection against self-incrimination. Article 21H of the Constitution clearly states that the defendant shall not be mandated, ordered. Next few days, he can make a decision, and then we can determine the next step of action.
Counsel, when you listen to the state prosecutor argument in court, they claim that your clan have the original, so that's the original they want in order to prove the case.
Honor our evidence code. Let's assume for argument's sake that Mr. Cummings and others argument that allegation is totally untrue. But I assume for argument's sake, our evidence code provides that even the original, the photocopy of the original may suffice under circumstances. And one circumstance is that if the original copy is said to be in the possession of the adverse party, all right? In the civil action, you may request a subpoena for the court to order that person to produce that copy in a civil action. I repeat on the line. In a civil action. In the criminal action, there is a constitutional prohibition against the defendant being ordered to furnish evidence against himself. So under the circumstances for argument's sake, even if they have the original, the court is with all authority. The Ministry of Justice should know better to file a motion before the court asking them to produce such evidence against themselves.
Also, they are relying on 70.3. I said they are relying on 70.3.
17.3 is a statute. You should know that our constitution takes precedence over the statute. Even at that, the 17.3 rely on is inapplicable to the facts and circumstances. That was a miscitation of the law.
another question? Thank you very much, gentlemen. I'll see you in the next assignment.
Thank you so much.
Okay, guys, you hear that? You hear some of the things that are going on. Then you can tell that these guys, how you call that? The first thing, if a government done, when the government look at the case, if there's nothing in there, they throw it out. That taxpayer money you wasting, you throw it out. The first thing, where if they could even subpoena NEC to get copies, NEC will still give them photocopy. NEC will give them photocopies. That's it. But how in the world Serena Sifa said they had all the evidence, but they told us that Yombly got copies of the one that to NEC. Yombly got copies, and Ure said that they have copies, they amended copies. So if Yombly went to NEC and NEC gave us photocopy, and Mr. Ure got the amended copies, combine it, and you give it to Serena Cephas. So which one is not right? Because according to the senior liar for Mr. Boaka and Mr. Ure, he said that Yombly got copies and Yombly looked in it and everything was different. But Mr. Ure said he got copies. But today he will say he didn't get copy. Mr. Cummings did not give us no copy. So you see how they're confusing us? You see how they're confusing us? Mr. Ure said Mr. Cummings did not give us any copies. He went and delivered Mr. Cummings. Then Mr. Cummings said, but the copy you got is your copies. But then again, the same Mr. Ure turned around and said, the lawyer did talk to us. We agree. And the lawyer did give us the amended copy. So this man contradicted himself all over. So what's Serena Silva looking for? Why you want copy too? So Serena Silva want copy as if he put in the opposition group and talking about the same 5 copy that they brought a news story. Let me play that part of it. Listen to Mr. Ure first. I will play that part, but let me show you all Mr. Ure praising Mr. Cummings. I know you watched it before. Some people watched it before, or maybe I will not show it. Maybe some people, all of you not watch it. But if you want me to show it, only 25% like that thing. I want you to go up a little bit. When you go up a little bit, because it looked at 25 against me and 25 watch and like me. So if you can take it up, then I will show it. So I'm watching it. If you can take up my like, then I will show it. I'm not saying that you should love it. I say like it. Okay. Don't just love it. I want you to like it. Baron Brown, you like it. Alice, Stockton. Okay, I see it increasing. And okay, the people who like it was Seattle, Dolly Nash. Yep. Oh yeah. TT. Okay, good. All right. Now I will play that. You're listening to the one. Mr. Ure praising Mr. Cummings. How Mr. Cummings is a good leader. But listen, these guys, they didn't see nothing yet. But in that same tape, I want you to take your time and listen to Henry Costa lying, Mr. Ure debunking his lies, and the whole thing. Mr. Ure said he got copies. Copies. You're listening to it. So stay by. Don't go nowhere. Get yourself a drink and listen to it.
Firstly, we want to use this opportunity to congratulate Honorable Alexander Benedict Cummings for his stewardship of the collaboration over the past 8 months. Mr. Cummings, we at the All Liberian Party want to seize this opportunity to congratulate you for what we believe was a job well done. And people, it's very difficult to control 4 political parties, all having ambition, all wanting positions, and all with diversity of views. And we want to use this occasion not only to congratulate you, Mr. Cummings, but to recognize your style of leadership, always calm and collected. Even when you are being attacked, you still exhibit that. So we want to congratulate you. We bring you greetings from the All Liberian Party. Firstly, we want to use this opportunity to congratulate Honorable Alexander Benedict Cummings for his stewardship of the collaboration over the past 8 months. Mr. Cummings, we at the All Liberian Party want to seize this opportunity to congratulate you for what we believe was a job well done. And people, it's very difficult to control 4 political parties, all having ambition, all wanting positions, and all with diversity of views. And we want to use this occasion not only to congratulate you, Mr. Cummings, but to recognize your style of leadership, always calm and collected. Even when you are being attacked, you still exhibit that. So we want to congratulate you.
Look, we signed a framework document. May 19th, the framework document was signed. Copies of that document should have been forwarded to each political party. Because there were 5 copies we signed, one for each political party and one to be taken to NEC. As of today's date, we have not received our copies of the framework document. I was informed by somebody in NEC.
All were my sources in this whole process. It's a funny television show that people go on and make all kinds of remarks about people. And
I was informed by somebody in NEC that the document that was submitted to NEC was a photocopy of.
I turned on my television one evening and I heard people quoting things from the framework document that nobody would be able to leave. And even if you leave, you will not be able to fuel a candidate into the elections.
I was informed by somebody in NEC that the document that was submitted to NEC was a photocopy of.
Then that morning, I called my chairman and I told him I wanted a copy of all the framework documents that he had.
As of today's date, we have not received our copies of the framework document.
He immediately forwarded them to me. I called Liberty Party's vice chair. I wanted his copy of all the framework documents, that he had in his possession.
As of today's date, we have not received our copies of the framework document.
And both of them, forwarded those documents to me. I went through the documents and I said, wow, this is serious.
Because the lawyers did do an amendment of the framework document, and they did it under our advice and consent. The amended copy, we have copies of. As of today's date, we have not received our copies of the framework document. It still wasn't a document that was filed into NEC. It is crystal clear to you. We did sign a framework document. 4 political parties signed a framework document. And under his leadership, he convinced us that there was a need to have lawyers look at the document and put it in legal perspective. We agreed. So the process we had. The last we heard of it is we had a meeting at Liberty Party's headquarters, and the lawyers all showed up. Most of them showed up, and they brought to our attention all the major changes they made in the framework document, and they explained why. And we all concurred. Because the lawyers did do an amendment of the framework document, and they did it under our advice and consent. The amended copy, we have copies of. Now it was left for them, for the chairman and the executive committee of or who are working on this document to have gone back and compiled the document. After the compilation of the document should have been brought back to each political party. And the political party executive committee will have met and approve or disapprove of the document. In the instance where all the executive committee approve of it, then the political leaders would have signed the document and the amended document and taken to next. That didn't happen. Because the lawyers did do an amendment of the framework document, and they did it under our advice and consent. The amended copy, we have copies of. And we must work together to ensure that we don't disappoint the Liberian people.
The document itself carries May 19. The document Cummings submitted, the type of the document, the date on the document is May 19. They post on the original document on what? April 25th. The document Cummings sending May 19 on.
Okay, y'all hear that? Y'all see how that boy lied. He came up with that story. Oh, we got a document with this. There was no document signed April 25th. No document. Y'all listen to it. Y'all listen to him. That had lies. That had to carry lies around.
May 19, the framework document was signed.
Y'all hear Ure? Ure said May 19 it was signed. You're listening, but I put it together in a way that you guys, I know you will understand it.
The document itself carries May 19th, while the notarized page carries two different dates, and the confirmation of receipt by NEC has a date that is different from the submission date.
Okay. Y'all listen to this boy, eh? If Yombly got all that information, that means Ure got it. Why they expose it? Why they show the public? They make up their own story because he's the chief liar. He's the one know how to make us story to come out and lie and talk to his followers and give the information and damage them and make up his story. Why Serena Seafor stay asking for a framework document when Mr. Ure got the copies? He got all the copies. And Mr. Ure lied. He said he got the information from somebody in NEC, and even his senior son, the liar, admitted that Mr. Cummings got the information from somebody from NEC. But then again, Mr. Cummings said, Mr. Ure said he got the information just from watching one television show, and that's how he got to know, and he sent for all his documents, and he saw it. So, if Mr. Ure got the original copy that's supposed to be to NEC, and it's not to NEC, and Yombly already collected copy from NEC, compare it and show to Liberian people. Why y'all keeping it from us? Show it and expose Mr. Cummings. You see, Liberians, y'all be careful. Y'all who just running around because y'all who supporting this boy, y'all corrupt too. Y'all are corrupt. Y'all listen to him again. Listen to him.
The document itself carries May 19. The document Cummings submitted, the type of the document, the date on the document is May 19. They post on the original document on what? April 25th. The document Cummings sending May 19 on the document.
May 19, the framework document was signed.
The day you turned over was the day the document was signed. They post on the original document on what? April 25th. The document Cummings.
You listen to him now, asking Mr. Ure because he embarrassed. Oh, the document was signed that the interview he had with Mr. Ure now. That's why, you see, guys, when people talking, listen to the entire conversation. That's why when people myself, sometimes you notice when people come on my show, I give you time to speak. Then before I start talking, if I don't want to go through, I say, just don't forget, don't worry. I'm not trying to stop this thing to say you don't understand it, but I want you to listen to it because that's the lies. And if you on here and you supporting Joe Baka or supporting Ure or whatsoever, these are some of the lies they've been carrying. That's why today they don't even have it.
May 19 on the document.
May 19, the framework document was signed.
The day you turned over was the day the document was signed. So you could have known, by all means, you of all people should have known, if such a provision was in that agreement saying that nobody can pull out, and if you pull out, you can't field the candidate in your own party's name.
Yeah.
You would have known. But then
Definitely.
all of a sudden, you're sitting out there and you're hearing people discussing this thing on some show that nobody can take. The thing is an ironclad agreement. You're in it forever. And then you get alarmed. And then you send for the copies, and then you realize this was the case. What
Henry,
then did you do?
they were informed by somebody in NEC that the document that was submitted to NEC was a photocopy. Then I called NEC. And they
You're listening to them. You know, that is where I want you to go back. Consensus agreement. In a group where they go through a democratic process and say majority carry the vote, there will be odd numbers. They got to be 5, 7, 3, or whatsoever. This one is built on consensus. That is how the United Nations agreement is. That's why Palestine will never be a country by itself, because America must agree. Taiwan can never be a country because China will have to agree. So Taiwan is just there. America supporting them. They say we're doing business. We got a commercial business. We got, but Taiwan and China threatening Taiwan every day to take that land because they believe that they're supposed to be part of China. So you see, they all aware. So for you to leave, there's a process for anybody to leave, because they did it. They did this thing because people felt that coalition do not hold. And all they thought that because if Mr. Cummings don't win this thing, he will leave. If Mr. Cummings don't win, he will leave. So it was good. My people, you're not listening to him.
the question I asked is, do you have an original copy of the framework document? And I was informed, no. I was informed by somebody in NEC that the document that was submitted to NEC was a photocopy of the right to remain in any.
Okay, now listen to that part. And I said it before. Our constitution states the right for anyone to remain in a group is up to them. You have the right to associate or disassociate. It's for individual. It's not for a corporation or an organization. An organization signing a contract is different from you. You can leave anytime. You don't have to. The law will back you on that, but not the organization. So listen to Uri Killing. And now, according to Costa, Yombly got copy of the document that Mr. Cummings filed. That ANC, not Mr. Cummings, because I don't want to be stupid like them. The one that Mr. Toe filed in. According to Henry Costa, he said Yombly got copy. NEC gave her copy. The photocopy, they gave her photocopy. And they got problem with that too. Now, NEC gave you copy that Mr. Cummings gave them. You got it with you. And Mr. Ure admitted that they got copy of the amended copy. They got it. The lawyers give it to them. So why can't you compare the two and publish it for the audience, for the librarian people to see it? Show it for librarians to see it. Or give it to Serena Cephas. Why Serena Cephas is still asking for the copy to NEC when Yombly already got copy, NEC issue a copy. But guess what? The original copy, nobody can remove it. Only 4 persons can remove it. They must all sign to get it out. Yombly cannot get it out. Mr. Blanca cannot get it out. Mr. Cummings cannot get it out. They all must sign and agree. You see, when you gave your thing to NEC will check it. Now what happened with Billy today? That NEC say, listen, this constitution you gave us, but the only way we can agree for that constitution to go back, your executive committee majority must have to sign and say XYZ is no more chairman. Then we understand. Not the political leader. The political leader do not run the political party. But next, just show respect to them because they are the political leader. But next, deal with chairman, secretary. So you're listening to Mr. Ure again trying to lie.
gathering, organization, or whatever it is a right
You see how
given
how
to
he load
you
that part?
as a
Listen,
Liberian by
let me
the
just take it back a
Constitution.
little bit.
And
You see
nobody
how
can
he
take
tried to
that
drop
away.
that little
No
part
You
one
there.
can
can
leave
force.
when everybody can pull out, and if you pull out, you can't feel the candidate in your own party's name.
Yeah.
You would have known. But then
Definitely.
all of a sudden, you're sitting out there and you're hearing people discussing this thing on some show that nobody can take. The thing is an ironclad agreement. You're in it forever. And then you get alarmed. And then you send for the
Exactly.
copies, and then you realize this was the case. What then
Henry,
did you do?
they were
Informed by somebody in NEC that the document that was submitted to NEC was a photocopy.
then I called next. That
Mm.
and the question I asked is, do you have an original copy of the framework document? And I was informed, no.
I was informed by somebody in NEC that the document that was submitted to NEC was a photocopy of a.
The right to remain in any gathering, organization, or whatever it is a right given to you as a Liberian by the Constitution. And nobody can take that away. No
And
one
you can
can
leave
force
whenever
you
you
to
want to
remain.
leave.
Yeah. They can't force you to leave.
That's the Constitution.
And you've been referenced as one of the souls of people who actually killed.
Okay, that's another one with a spoon where you were lying. You listen to them. And I said it before. This is not a rocket scientist. Read the Constitution. Every citizen has the right to associate, disassociate. Finish. They never say organization got the right to associate and disassociate. No, not organization. The Constitution don't deal with organization. The Constitution deal with citizen. You listen to Nure, but you see how Mr. Costa trying to push it. This boy lies so much. I feel sorry. Why this boy damaging his? Because he want to be in public service. He don't want a political appointment job because he think that he won't be able to speak, but he want for them to vote for him to be able to speak more. Okay, that is right. But don't you think that he's damaging his future? He have damaged it already. Don't mind all the 10,000 people follow you. They living out of America, out of Liberia. Costa have now won nothing in his life. Politics, when it comes to politics. Costa was the bigger voice in Liberia when he ran for representative and he lost. We all know that. But when you think you're going to damage someone because of petty, because of some stupidness, and you want to damage him, look how they contradict themselves. Look how two of them lies. Look, my people, tell me, if you honor this podcast today and you are UP supporter of Mr. Cummings or Mr. Ure supporter, it's a simple case. Henry Costa said, Yombly, Mr. Cummings didn't know that Yombly went and got copies already. Yombly called NEC and NEC gave us copy. But it was a photocopy, fine, copy that copy. They gave her copy. And when Yombly looked in that document, she saw a lot of things that are in it. Okay, fine, good. Bam, that's all evidence. Mr. Ure said, oh, we ain't got copy. Oh. But then later on, he said, we got copy. So how do you know that something will change? And you only listen to him. He said, I called my chairman and asked him to bring all the copies. Then when I looked inside, there was nothing in there. So what you need to do, take that copy, compare the two copies, and publish it to the public and say, this is what Mr. Cummings did. This is what ANC did. Or give it to Serena Cephas. But why we can't see this document? Why? Liberians, we are not stupid people. Don't stop it. Y'all shouldn't make them people lie to y'all and start doing these things. Please. Y'all see that? So I don't need to go through the other one. Let me just go through. I'm done already. And let me just put your comments up there. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to look at the comments and see some of the fun and see some of the ideas that Liberians have and has. And some Liberians, they are smart. Some are dull. Some people, they ate their school fees. Some people, they are followers. They just follow people for no reason. Okay. But I want to thank everyone for coming up. And oh, let me go to the comment. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me see what the analysts say. 1 minute. And yes, Mr. Cummings, you are 100% right. The analyst newspaper, Mr. Cummings, is on the headline saying that government need to concentrate on the drugs that are coming into the country. They are right. Listen, we need to stand strong. We need to fire back on these people, everything that they're doing. Regina Wilson, how are you, man? Thanks for watching. William K. Mike Davis, how are you, my brother? You enjoying DC? Listen, my man, I'll be in DC on the 27th. Or you want to meet us there? We'll be at the capital there. I think they say lot 15. So meet us there, please. And make sure you cook some. But anyway, I'm not. Are you serious? Helena Flomo, welcome. Washington. Valentine, how are you, man? Frank Kruma, we are with ABC. Junior Jepa, Big Lie, another one there. But he ain't got nothing to say. Cummings can lie at the same person. I tell you will see some people who read it. And Doric Poe, about what? I don't know. My man, 12 years. Okay. Sedition. Even Israel. Thank you. You guys will get crazy for 12 years. Okay, good. But at least I'm not crazy yet. You the one still posting the same. One man posting the same thing. Turn on. Pop it. Pop it. Pop it. Watching. Cephas. Nobody will give you any relevance. ANC all the way. No one will even believe in Ure. You must be crazy. Some of the posts, some of the comments can really confuse me sometimes. The person working up in the gym. Molba, you must be crazy. Harris Tucker, because of what Ure did, JB is going to vote for Cummings. You made Waka people cause you. I did do. Dylan is too embarrassed. Costa play on them big time, man. You don't lie. They play on them big time. You're the ANC people be crying for justice, so you stop crying wolf and let Cummings face the law. Helena Flomo, I don't know what you're really talking about. Your ANC people been crying for justice, so let Mr. Cummings facing the law. You saw Mr. Cummings refusing to face the law? Mr. Cummings not refusing. So Helena, Mr. Cummings not refusing to face the law. Mr. Cummings attend all the court proceedings. So that you're the one still holding on and waiting for your old man to come and testify too. Yeah, Helena? Okay. You will stay inside Cecilia Logan. Okay. And you yourself will be on the other side too? Who called you here? Costa and her father, you're a blackmail Pape JB. Big time. Cecil Nancy Ruth Anderson, freedom of speech. Bring us here. Okay, freedom of speech bring you there. That's true. It's public. You got the right to say what you want to say. But it's not bad. You can say, but the only thing, I don't need any course at all. Please listen and learn something on this show. He's speaking about his candidate, ABC Strong. You see? Thank you, ma. That's the problem. Some people vex when I talk my candidate. I'm talking about candidate first. But Cummings said if any of his colleagues feel that he finger the document, it look like Helena, he left for put a finger you too, and because I don't know what finger you're talking about. How somebody can finger document in real life? Can anyone finger document? You love for put a finger you? Stop, you're a woman, man. Don't use such a word. If a man use it, fine. But don't use a word but fingering, please. Who finger document? That's the same nonsense Liberian will just use words. They finger document. If you talk to a American man, yes, they finger the document. You say, what you say? Finger document. How you finger document? It just sounds stupid. Yeah. Document, they should go to court. You see, I just told you people that Liberians carry information everywhere. That the song. And Mr. Cummings said that if they don't happen about taking to court, nobody ever said they should take them to court. Because the first thing you read the one that UP and ALP said would take a legal action. Say, but your business take a legal action. On what? Nobody were expecting them to take Mr. Why you take Mr. Cummings to court? Mr. Ure himself never held a document. Mr. Cummings never held a document. Joe Barker never took. But you carry Mr. Cummings to court for what? You think we don't know what's going on? You guys should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all will be the loser at the end of the day. Y'all still can't believe that you're losing. Nobody crying wolf. ABC is a real change for Liberia. Tell her, man. They got some decent women here, but some of y'all women not too smart, man. That's the problem with y'all. Thanks, and other distraction. I read distraction. I think when I read the paper, I can read it late. So, Elena Flomo again. Yona Saba cry. There's nothing yet to learn, my dear. That's why you will stick your butt here and be listening to me. Nothing yet to learn, but you posting. Nothing yet to learn, but you still learning. You're hurting your feeling. You will post. You will stay and watch me. Now you the one watching me. I never asked you to watch me. You the one brought yourself here to come watch. Helena Flomo, you the one watch me, baby. And you the one, maybe you doing your work now, so you watching me. You trying to kill time. Who knows? So, Helena, you will sit your butt in that couch and watch me. It's not an insult, because unless you want to tell me you're standing up, but I know you're sitting down. So it's not about you watching. You learn plenty things from here. You will learn plenty. Plenty. Yeah, Helena, you see the difference now. Helena, you were in Liberia and you watching me. Yeah. But what time is it now? You just getting up and you watching me and you all the way in Liberia. That's the good thing. At least you live in Liberia and you watching me. So I know when you put the phone down, you will understand. I say, yeah, they got to us some things here that we never knew. But Helena, when the last time you saw the document yourself? When the last time? Yes, he's a good listener and he make his own decision. But he don't just no, nobody will get it wrong. Mr. Cummings don't make his own decision. Mr. Cummings make decision based on what he get from his surrogates or other people. Nancy Ruth Anderson, it was that called me, yeah. What? It was that called me. Okay. I know she made a mistake or something. Hey, no Flomo, then bye. Hey, no Flomo, that's why you are watching him right now. Yeah, she waiting like bro, but she watching me. She will carry the news. She said, I want one brave faced man. Yeah, be honest too. Cummings is a millionaire and nobody control him. The police are awaiting your tomorrow. You hear it? You hear? You heard? Look, I say, even Enel. She said police waiting for this poll tomorrow. The poll from Lofa County. The Lofians are demonstrating tomorrow because of Brani Samoka. They said that up to now they don't have a representation. Now, Helena Flomo, who's supposed to either be from Lufa County or Bopolu or Bon County, one of them, supporting the government now. She said the police waiting for you. So if you check it out, she either from CDC and supporting Jefferson Koji or Thomas Fowler. Or maybe she from Boaka. But she confused. She thinking that all of them going around say that Mr. Cummings, Mr. Cummings, Mr. Cummings. So y'all save the video. Y'all will call me tomorrow and say the government said that Mr. Cummings is the one that put it on the street. Everything that Mr. Cummings. So I just found the first person here. You're here for yourself. And I said it before the show started. She said police waiting for you tomorrow. The police, listen, that Lofians is up to them. If Jefferson Koji or whosoever, they will devour Lofa Kante. They will devour Lofa Kante. When the SG come on spoon and find Cummings guilty before the trial have even started, that speaks volume. If any blame the SG who work for the government in a decent country, in a country, it's a mistrial. Nobody will come out when you know that you are the prosecutor to even come out publicly. Even they actually say, yes, we saw the evidence. That is why we decided to take the case. We know every criminal cases, the government got it right. The government take over. And the Solicitor General can choose who to go, but he decided to take the case. Fine. You know when you're asking for the document is like he was a member of the opposition. Yes, he got 5 copies, and the copies in his possession, so we need it. Damn it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Cecile Logan, any attempt to protest, your family will cry. Cecile Logan, you see, that is what I don't like. You have all right to come on my page to speak. But I hate to see Liberians who are very stupid, especially when you're a woman. I can't stand it. Even if you get another words to choose your words, but you telling you saying that any Liberians who go there, the man, their family will cry. That means the police prepare to kill whosoever goes in the street. It is a shame on you, Cecilia. It is a shame and you are a disgrace. You are not a patriot. It is a disgrace for you, Cecilia Logan. I can't believe you. And she lived all the way in in Germany. She lived in Germany. You are disgrace. You're not a Liberian. To even utter it, at least Helena Flomo said it different. We say the police waiting for you. But for you to take it out of your sting mouth and say the Liberian family will cry if they go protest tomorrow. You see, I see your friend, you requested for friendship and all. I will block you from my page. You're a killer, you're a murderer, you're a crook, you're everything. To even make the attempt to utter such word from your mouth that the family will cry, that alone, you're a killer. You're not a patriot. That's shame on you. Shame on you. You see it? I will block you and you will never see it. You can stay your damn butt in the West Germany. How the hell you come on my page and can't talk about somebody family will cry when they go to protest? These are the stupid people that I got to keep him on my page. You see it? Bam. You out. Never to watch me again. Listen, guys. I will be honest with people here. I don't have problem with anybody want to talk. But if you think you come on my post or on my live and make a statement, look at that kind of nonsense here. Any attempt to protest, your family will cry for you, for you. We listen to Helena. Police are waiting here tomorrow. Okay, fine. The police, we know, we expect the police to throw tear gas on these people. And you get another from Lufa County. That they put from Lufian, they from Lufa County, they don't want to go to protest for the senators, the senator. But this is not nice. So, Cecile Logan, thank you very much. Never to watch me again. I don't follow stupidity. This place is not for dull people. Guys, like the show, like the show. The more you like the show, the more Facebook can keep the show into a better spot. It's not about the viewers, it's about the like. Because listen, what you don't people don't understand, you can get 1,000 views watching you. If nobody like the show don't really do anything, because it's the like, it's what they look at. So if somebody get 10 views, 10 likes, everybody say, wow, all the people are watching the show like the show. They had to look at it, they love it, they like it. That's how they look. So you can get all the views, but most people concerned about the likes. Because if they like the show, everybody concerned, wow, 10% like this show. Oh, but they have not 10 views, but 10% other than like it. So let me see let me see what's on there. That's how they grade the show. Most of the time it's on the like. And let me say this. You know why I don't worry about the views, how many person watch me? I got two groups on Messenger on Facebook. One is the Fox Movement. Fox Movement got 98% from Liberia. Everybody now chat room from Liberia. The political dialogue, they are all Liberia. They in Liberia. That's a Liberian thing. They in Liberia. The person that settled it in Liberia. And then the DeLong intellectual centers, they in Liberia. All the different in Liberia. And I'm in this group. Then I got a friend of the general. Almost 85% are in Liberia. So when I finish, in fact, right now they're watching it, I post on it and they will still watch it. Plenty of people online right now. Everybody's session. People call me and say, oh my man, I saw your show yesterday. So putting a new show, but that's it. So thank you for those who are just, for you that just black, that's good. You want to say what you want to say it, but don't make things. We all Liberians. Why would you say somebody parent will cry? For what? Urine and other work for we are. That's a fact, my brother. And other live from Costa waiting for UP to leave. Yeah, Costa just in fact, I saw something just pop up about Costa again in the newspaper. Nothing serious about that case, man. I will tell the real truth. Nothing serious. Quincy, what's up? Helena Flomo, you're crying long like Titanic boat. Who told you Titanic boat cry? Dead case. So Tabata, we are going to say tomorrow. You just listen, we'll listen to a speech tomorrow again. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about a speech tomorrow on serious president. And I like damn on serious. He's not he might be making one music today again. Another slow reading class from where tomorrow. You know what? You know, it, the introduction, like people now making law. The introduction is 5 minutes. Madam Vice President, when you say what, he will say, Madam First Lady, I bet you, Joe, we will introduce his wife first. That the only country I see the president can introduce his wife first as official of government before he starts speaking. He did it to the last one. In America, when Joe Biden go and give this, if the president gave it a still, they just call the speaker 1, 2, or 3, and they continue. They start speaking right there. But George Weah will call, there's a Madam Vice President, Madam First Lady Clara Mary Weah, and member of the House of Representative, and member of the Senate, and member of the Marketing Association, and member of the clergy, member of the diplomatic corps, member of this, and my Sion Seditian brothers, and this and that. Ladies and gentlemen, then you see them, yeah, what? You hear the way the paper released. Hey, Liberian people. I swear to God. To talk, you just go ahead and talk. Not waste our time, man. Say what you want to say. Then Cecilia says, stop fooling people, children, with your protest. Send your children to Liberia to protest. Anyway, that they same stupid Cecilia again. You see, to show she even listened to me, I said there will be a protest tomorrow. I got nothing to do with the protest. The people from Lofa County protesting for the senator. The people from Lofa County going in the street tomorrow with some student union and whatsoever going to protest because of Brani Samoka. And they will change it around and say, oh, that because of Mr. Cummings. That Mr. Cummings is the one that put them in the street. That's what they're going to say. That's what I said though. But Cecilia way in Germany, what she doing in Germany, only God know. I don't want to judge her. But thank God I already get her out. Let her stay with herself. Mhm. Oh, you're not blame you. You're not, I not blame you. I blame the war that bring you to the US. And you see stupidity. You know, I was able to finish a whole thing before I deal with her good. But anyway, she out now. Sister Logan, the president, live majority of this life outside of Liberia or two door. The man lived there. Oh. Yeah, he lived majority of his life. He lived in Liberia in Europe, but he door jealous Sicilia. I tell you, Yona Saba, deal with her. I know you get check her name, you deal with her good. She said, try your luck. You see, look at her. I don't want who you. I bet you. I don't want to tell you what she's doing there, sir, because we know what planet they can be doing in Europe. Oh, she going to Baron Brown, just like you and your family for straight opposition. Oh boy, you can tell. You see, inside she start cussing. Cecilia Logan, try and go personal with me. You will know. You're not Sabakra, try and go personal, and you will see. Change is in the air, yeah. Cummings the next president. They will kill themselves. Omar, I will let you slide because it seems like you want to sacrifice your family tonight. Okay, General, I disagree with you. The opposition is dead on arrival. Okay, what do you expect? you say the opposition are dead on arrival. If we are only know that Monrovia was Liberia, why is he connecting roads all over Liberia? uh, you know, it's sad when a lot of people don't even know what's going on in Liberia. Do you believe that, George, we are actually connecting roads in Liberia? The roads were already there, my brother. There's no president can boast that they put new roads. Ellen Johnson did not. All the roads were there. What are the greater than? It was already a road. He rehabilitated. He met the project on. He met the project. When the last time you went Liberia, you so well, y'all shouldn't look at us as if we'd never been to Liberia and we don't know how Liberia looking. You think that we came to America in 1932 and we just sit in America, or because my gray hair fooling yours too? Eh? Ah man, money finish, go home. That's it. Sister Logan, take your granny face from here. Nobody needs you here. That's good. Costa want Mr. Cummings money so bad. You can't wait for that one. You can't lie. Cecilia Baron, who care about your dirty mob? Oh, you don't know me. Your cause cannot hurt me. My man, I get a Joe. Just let it go. If the guy say the people want to kill somebody now, you just let that guy, man. Why are you people so afraid? Let Cummings improve himself. Was it the government who told Cummings to join criminal as he is the change as he is and change their document? Why can't Cummings bring the document. Let everyone see. Marco, man, you know, I hate. Let me say, I wonder where you living for because I hate. I don't. The place we reach, the place we getting now. This is not about. This is not about vote anymore. I just hate to see stupid people asking some question. If you're sedition or you Joe Boaka man, then let me know. She said, I'm a proud grandmother, pray to go to reach my age. But then you got no respect for yourself, you get. You're a proud grandmother and then you come here to cuss. Cost of one ABC money. Yep, 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 yep. Okay. Heron Yango back again. Let's go, Heron. But they will meet a strong team awaiting them. The same right they have to protest, that is the same right that other group has to move around freely. They have other days to do their protest, not on the day addressing. Aaron Yango, you yourself, you don't even know nothing about your constitution. Who told you protest is all about whether you're comfortable or not, whether you need to go out? You know that technically you got a right, or group of Liberians got a right to go in the street and protest, and the police supposed to guide them and protect them. So that's your business. The people who protested against it are seen sedition. But it's sad, man. Sometimes it's just sad to see good people then who think that it's smart, just make a blanket statement. Look at the statement he made. The same right you get to protest, other people got to go to work, other people got to go there, so the police waiting for you. That the bicentennial is going in Liberia. Don't you know all that? That because of all this nonsense that happening, that's why the people, Liberian government continue to fail the MCC and guidelines, what they need to pass, they can't pass, so they can't get money from free money. Other people getting Sierra Leone all get some, and Liberia can get none. Thank you. That's a good question. That's a very good question. That's a very good question. That is the game of politics in Liberia, Munel. You have to open up to destroy. uh, 1 minute, he was informed by someone, neck. Yeah, then the other minute, he saw it on TV. Yeah, cannot get his story straight like his son. That's the fact. Expensive 419 and BM. Mm, Mr. Cummings need to play low in this coming 2023 election and try to focus for the 2020. You think Mr. Cummings able for presidency like he really must get it? If Mr. Cummings don't win 2023, he got nothing to do with 2029, my man. The man got a life to live. He's not like Bromskin or other people or who try 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. You think Mr. Cummings in it because he want to get rich? That's a mistake you're making. That is the biggest mistake that you guys making. That Joshua, who had nothing, he was just waiting because he knew that his popularity, like Brempo, loved him, so he was still trying. He was still trying, just hustling there, hustling that, and he got it. You think Cummings will just go back again, will try to contest 2029? Nope. It's the same level of irresponsible that go on where today. How can a grown man and woman make so many mistakes, fail to secure their copies? And I'm telling you, man, it's just so shameful. They got copies. They got copies. Propaganda is a violation of the right of the people to know the truth. You cannot say you care for the well-being of the people and bombard them with propaganda. Well, I don't know which one. Who you really talking about propaganda? What I mean, who? The one with 0.9 and no number are always the loudest in the group. Funny. Exactly. It is hard thing to keep up with lies. True. What do they hope to achieve or remove from this case? Nothing. They just want to stop Mr. Cummings, nothing else. Have you guys seen Mr. Cummings' bank statement showing that he's a multimillionaire? uh, you know, some of the questions people can ask. This Evelyn Brown asking if you saw Cummings' bank statement that he's a multi-millionaire. That's the question she asking. I don't know where you live, Evelyn, but if you live in America and you ask such a question, then I don't know what you do all the time. The time you take to spend on Facebook, you're supposed to do a lot of research. In America, they don't hire a salary. You can Google right now and tell you how much the president of the United States make. They will tell you exactly. You can Google right now and tell you how much the CEO of Coca-Cola make every year. What's his bonus? You will know that. You don't have to look at the bank account. Yeah, man. CPP is paving the way for President Weah's second term. How CPP will pave the way when President Weah, he said, don't even have the vote to beat anybody in the first round? Liberian people are funny people. Have you seen his money? Damn it, Liberians hard to learn. I try to show some of the comments. So because when in a small little group, a lot of people, so when I put it on the platform like this, people see it. And then Cecilia Logan is already out of the show. I deported her already. Cecilia Logan is gone already. Members of the musician union. Okay, guys. Thanks very much for watching. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. But I can't just leave like that. Oh, let me sing my song. I got a nice song for you. This song will be done in Creole from Sierra Leone. So all the CPP people, to all the UP guys, in CPP today, that Cummings we want to. In CPP today, that Cummings we want to. Come on election day, Cummings will win the election to go to the executive mansion to be the president. It Cummings so that man who we want for our president. It Cummings so Cummings say that man where we want to for our president. The people say, that Cummings say that man where we want to for our president. Sedition say, that Cummings say that man where we want to for our president. UP say, that Cummings say that man where we want to for our company. Oh man. The general say, yeah, that Cummings say that man where we want to for our president. You say, yeah, that Cummings say that man where we want to. Oh, the you people that will kill us, so they will die. You see how the time will catch us, will relax like hell. You ain't see nothing yet. You think politics and baby game. You ain't see nothing yet. You ain't see it. You ain't see nothing. Alex Nimler, you going to Washington, D.C.? We'll be in Washington, D.C. on Thursday. Okay, I will also play for you to see the only candidate in Liberia, the only candidate who talking to the Liberian people and telling the Liberian people what he will do and what we can do together as a nation is Alexander Cummings, the only man. So let us listen to Mr. Cummings' 5 whats and 5 how. What we can do and how we will do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the next president of the Republic of Liberia, Alexander Benedict Cummings Jr.
Kokolioko, 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 chicken they grow for day.
The oldest republic in Africa, and yet we're one of the least developed countries on the continent, and indeed one of the least developed countries in the world. And I say to you, my fellow Liberians, we deserve a better Liberia. We need to ask ourselves some fundamental questions. Why are we where we are? Most Liberian homes don't have electricity. Most Liberian homes don't have running water. Most Liberians are unemployed. These are things we can change. These are things we should demand of ourselves and of our leaders. We, as Liberians, cannot keep doing the same things and expect different results. We cannot keep electing and selecting the same kinds of leaders with the same kinds of experiences and expect Liberia to change. We have to do many things differently, and that starts with selecting and electing new leaders who know how to create jobs, who know how to grow the economy, who will prioritize the Liberian people first before they prioritize themselves. And this is what I offer you, the Liberian people. The other universal truth that I want to share with you, my fellow Liberians, is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And again, I ask you to look at my record of job creation, of success, of managing large budgets without one penny going missing. All of these things you can look at and compare to the other candidates. And again, you will see that my past performance and past behavior is a good predictor, a good indicator that what I commit to, we will deliver. There are 5 priorities we have, and we call that the what's. And then there are 5 things we call the how we'll do it. And those priorities are as follows. Our first priority is infrastructure. Simply put, it's electricity, it's roads, it's water, and it's internet and cell phone connectivity across Liberia. We have to invest in infrastructure. That is the top priority. That's the basis on which we can and will do everything else. The second priority for us is job creation. There are too many unemployed, underemployed, and unemployable Liberians. The unemployment rate is over 85%. And therefore, job creation is our next priority, creating jobs for the Liberian people. Our next priority is agriculture. We are a country that do not fear ourselves. These are things we can do for ourselves. We should be producing rice to feed ourselves. And my commitment is that by the end of my first term in office, we will be self-sufficient in rice production. And within education, we are focused on vocational training, teachers training, and adult education. But we have to educate our young people because, again, that's how we can help them create jobs. That's how we can train farmers. And so these things are all linked together. And our final priority in terms of the what's is health. Because you can have good infrastructure, you can have a good job, You can feed yourself, you can have great education, but if you don't have your health, it doesn't matter. And so health is our fifth priority, and there we're focused on primary health care and preventive health care. So those are the what's we'll do for our people, for the Liberian people. How are we going to do these things? The first how is we want to engage Liberians differently in the transformation of our country. We call this hearts and minds. How do we get all Liberians to participate in the changes that are required? We're going to use arts and music and culture and reconciliation and religion. All of these things, we will be deliberate in using these things to engage us as a people in this transformation process. And so we're doing some work on how we can make those things happen. The next how is that we're going to find the money. We have to find the resources, the money, to do all of the what's I mentioned earlier. And the way we'll find the money is, first, we'll go after waste in government. You know, we spend a lot of money on things that we don't need, or we pay too much for things that we do need. So for example, I believe the vehicles we buy for our government officials, we spend too much money on that. We should reduce the number of vehicles, and we should buy less expensive vehicles for our government officials. We need to reduce how much they make so we can pay teachers and civil servants and police officers and the military officers and healthcare workers, people who actually do the work. We need to pay them more money and reduce the gap between those at the top and those who actually do the work. The other way we'll find the money is going after these things called corruption. You know, corruption has been the bane of our country, is the primary reason why we are as underdeveloped as we are today. And we will aggressively go after corruption. The first thing we'll do is we will appoint a corruption czar, a minister in charge of corruption in the presidency that will coordinate all of the agencies that are meant to find corrupt officials. Secondly thing we'll do is we'll make sure we are giving the resources, the money, the right people, the right logistics to the anti-corruption agencies, the LACC, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the General Accounting Office, the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission. We will make sure they got the right resources to go after corrupt officials. After that, when we find people who are corrupt, we will prosecute them, we will put them in jail, and we'll seize their assets. It will not be good enough for you just to resign. So those are the things we will do to really go after corruption. I have committed that I will not take a salary. The salary that is paid the president, I will allocate it towards helping to fight corruption. That's how important I think it is to us. And then the other way we'll find the money is we'll make sure we're getting full value, the full monies we're due from our natural resources. We'll look to exploit other natural resources so we can get the funds required to fund healthcare, to fund infrastructure, to create jobs, etc., etc. So finding the money is the second how. The next how is we want to create a government of inclusion. We want all sections of our country to be represented in the government. We want opposition political parties to be in government, because we believe that having a government inclusion will help all of us make the right decisions. It will make sure that we're spreading the resources of our country across the entire country. And then the last two hows, one is growing the private sector. We will focus on growing the private sector so Liberians can primarily benefit from that growth. No longer should Liberian business people be spectators to our economy. And we want to actively support Liberianization and encourage and provide credit and other facilities to Liberian businesses so they can participate. And last but not least, we will use technology. We'll leverage technology to help us achieve our goals. So those are the what's and the hows. But let me end by leaving you again with these two universal truths. One is we cannot keep doing the same things, my people, and expect different results. We cannot keep electing the same people with the same experiences and expect Liberia to change. We need to elect and select different people to lead us, to serve us, to help us manage and run our country. And the other universal truth is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And on those two counts, I believe I stand head and shoulders above the other candidates expiring. Together, we will change Liberia for the benefit of all Liberians. We will transform our country. We will give us a new start, a fresh start, so that all of us can benefit from this country we love. I thank you. God bless you. God bless the Republic of Liberia.
Chicken they crow for day.
I mean, for those of you who got your man in Liberia, this one I'm going to play this song to put you to bed. It's an African song, nice song. I have no copyright to this song. For those of you missing your man, or your man going to work tonight, or you to work and you missing your guy, or the guy missing you, or you missing your Jew. So this one is for you. Those of you who watching, so bye for now. Have a good night, and God bless you. I pray for you. You pray for me. Let us pray for our country, Liberia, that Liberia will be good for us. Pray for our leaders, no matter what happens. Let them have the wisdom and let God guide them. We pray tomorrow that nobody lose their life, but the people of Lofa County have decided to go and protest because they have been warning the government over and over concerning their senator. Their senator have not been taking seat yet, and he's just there, and that's a sad thing. The first thing, the same thing they want to do to Mr. Cummings, but guess what? They will try to put the blame on Mr. Cummings. Everything that happening right now in Liberia, they say is Mr. Cummings. They will try to lie. Mr. Cummings want to bring war to Liberia. Mr. Cummings want to bring problem to Liberia. Mr. Cummings, but you see, they will not make it. So guys, relax yourself and take a leave and just listen to this song. This is a nice African song.
The first time I saw your face, I knew I was in love. Baby, your smile takes my breath away. And they can say what I want, girl, I don't mind. As long as you are by my side. Baby, you smile of paradise. Baby, girl, come be my love life. How many times do you want me to say I love you? Cause then I tell the world I do. Even you want me, girl, I do. Baby, girl, come be my love life.
Oh, the song cut off. That's where it stopped. Fred Tony Nelson, Liberian civic embarrassed the government.
The first time I saw your face, I knew I was in love. Baby, your smile